All right, so I know I'm just gonna just give the floor to you because I know for episode 7, I know you have quite a bit to say. Go ahead, lay it on me.
I don't have a lot to say. You already know I think that your taste in music is shit. I appreciate you admitting.
Which aspect of my taste in music?
You know what? That's a fair point. That's actually a fair point.
I think a lot of people forget that. I think a lot of people forget that.
I don't think they forget it. I think you don't remind us. I think you don't tell us. I think that you lead with your trap. You don't lead with the other stuff. Like, you lead with your future. Like, that's what you lead with.
Well, okay, in this particular sense, I live with future because of I don't have the kind of internal.
Like losing brain cells?
Huh?
Nothing.
I don't. There isn't an internal struggle with the majority of the other type of music that I listen to.
Sure.
So this is a very specific kind of deal. So this is why I typically lead off with that because, like I said before, I'm very cognizant of the inherent trash nature of that particular form of music that I listen to.
Sure, but
so,
you accept
so what
it.
sort of what does that do for you as in terms of that struggle?
Right now, it simply exists. Because have I stopped listening to it? No.
So you're not really struggling with it?
No, I'm struggling with it in that I'm conscious of it.
So you still listen to it. You still blare it at ridiculously ignorant levels.
Absolutely.
But you feel a little twinge of remorse. You have a cognizant understanding that, you know, if someone else were listening to this, or if someone even knew that you listened to this, they might get an idea or a perception about you that is not necessarily in keeping with you.
The perception isn't so much the problem as it is the effect that I think it may or may not have on younger individuals who are engaged in a certain activity that I think the music may fuel.
Okay.
That's the issue.
Like what sort of message? Like pick a lyric.
No. I'm not gonna pick a lyric because it never made it.
Do you want me to pick a lyric?
I mean, you can pick a lyric, it's just gonna get bleeped out. But the thing about it is, inherently that is the issue that I'm having.
The struggle.
Because it's kind of like I remember in high school, before a basketball game, I'd be listening to a certain type of music. People go to the gym, they listen to a certain type of music because it motivates them. It provides a certain energy. And so though a kid may already be set out to go out and do something like shoot at another person, I'm not saying the music makes them do it, but I'm pretty positive the energy from that music, the words in the music are fueling it even more.
Right.
So it begs the question in my mind, me not listening to it doesn't stop it.
But I think, again, it goes back to the fact that I think exposure is the key. Like, when you're able to see, like, the full spectrum of things, when you're able to see that all hip-hop, like, for every future, you have a comment. For every, you know, designer, you got Talib Kweli. Like, you have, like, that full spectrum. You got Kanye West, and you got Jay-Z, and you have, like, all these different artists. And there's room for everyone, and you can pick a little and take a little. And I just think that, honestly, it's the same way with guns. Like, it's not one shoe fits all.
But can we really honestly compartmentalize all of those different styles of music and then compartmentalize or vary their effect? And I made this critique before. Actors will get up and use guns violently all day long, and they'll say it's just a movie, it's just art.
Right.
Well,
But then the same actors, will get in an inspirational movie and say we made this movie to motivate people, to change people's lives. So clearly, these movies have a real-world implication in the lives of people, right? Or maybe they think they do. And regardless of whether they do or not, the mindset, the mentality behind it, is consistent, whether they're doing something that's a positive role or something that's a negative role in a particular film. Which brings me back to me in that regard. It's kind of like, okay, if that's the case, then I am then aware that there is an effect. So therefore, why am I partaking in the destructive nature of that effect? Kind of like, okay, Collins, stop putting it out there that you listen to this music on Instagram because there are some people out there who are negatively influenced by it, and therefore you're setting a bad example. Well, I'm just like, well, damn, now I'm limiting my First Amendment right to talk about the music that I listen to because somebody else can't handle it. It still leaves us with the same answer. I'm not going to limit my right because somebody can't exercise that right responsibly.
We get back to this very difficult argument, and there's no one answer.
I agree.